Good afternoon, students. Now, your new topic is element of design. That the color we have done in the previous class. Now, we have start your line. Line is defined as a mark that connects two points. It has a beginning at an end. It can also be formed as the outline of an object, shape, or form. Line is used to define the shape or different parts of a solute or a design. As an element of design, it indicates the shape of things, provides movement, and determine direction. Line and shape are two elements which together create the pattern or plan of every design. So, every decorative detail or an article we see or use in a combination of lines and shapes. Types of line. There are two basic types of line, the straight line and the curved line. The straight line is a rigid, unbroken line. Straight lines create different effects depending on their direction. They can also express mood. Vertical lines stress up and down movement, emphasize height, and give the effect that is severe, dignified, and reserved. Horizontal lines stress side to side movement and create a illusion of width. Since they repeat the ground line, they give a stable and a placed effect. Last one is your oblique or diagonal lines increase or decrease width and height depending on the degree and direction of angle. They can create an active, startling, and dramatic effect. So, next is your curved line. The curved line is one with any degree of roundness. The curved line can be simple arc or a complicated free and curve. The degree of roundness determines the curve. A slight degree of roundness is called the restrained curve. A great degree of roundness gives a circular curve. Certain objects are associated with these curves are named as such as, for example, parabola, scroll, meander, hairpin, biplash, and serpentine, figure of 8, ogee, etc. Second is your shapes or form. These are made by connecting lines. Shape can be two-dimensional as a drawing or a print on paper or fabric. They can be three-dimensional as an object that can be viewed from three or more sides, like a human body or a garment on it. Since shapes are formed by connecting lines, the characteristic of a line used will determine the characteristic of a shape. If only straight line are used, the shape will be different than if only curved line are used. By using different types of line in different combination, numerous varieties of shape can be created. There are four basic group of shape. First is natural shape are those that copy nature or common shape of man-made object. Second is stylish shapes are simplified or modified natural shape. They may have some part distorted or excreted. Third is geometric shape are those that can be mathematically formed or give a similar impression. They can be formed by using rulers. And another is abstract shapes are free from, they do not resemble any specific object but may represent different things to different people because of personal association. Shape and form in fabric refer to fall or drape of the material, to the shape of ornamentation and motifs, and the type of placement or repeat, that is the final pattern formation. In a pearl, it represents the silhouette cut and final detailing. So next is pattern. A pattern is formed when shape are grouped together. This grouping may be all of one shape or a combination of two or more types of shapes. The arrangement of these shapes can also be natural, stylish, geometric, or abstract. Next topic is principles of design. So the development of a successful design depend on the understanding of basic design principles. Principles of design are the rules that govern how design elements are mixed in the most appropriate way. These include proportion, balance, emphasis, rhythm, and harmony. Although each principle is a separate entity, combining them successfully produce an appealing product. So first is proportion. Proportion concern the relation of one part of an object to the another. A good design does not permit any dissection. The elements are so skillfully blended that where one leaves off and the other one begin, it not really apparent. This relationship may be created in size, color, shape, and texture. All these need to be pleasingly related to each other and to the whole. This is generally based on the proportion of golden meal, which is represented by ratio like 3, 5 and 8 to 5, 8 and 13 and so on. The smaller part 3 has the same relationship to the larger part 5 as the larger part 5 has to the whole 8. The garment is horizontally divided into 3 ratio 5, 5 ratio 8 or 8 ratio 13 section. These sections appear at the waistline, yoke or hemline. A dress appear pleasing if the blouse, skirt and total body represent the ratio of 3, 5 and 8. For example, in a skirt and blouse dress, the blouse represents 3, the skirt should represent 5 and combined effect represent 8. Similarly, in a shirt pant dress, the shirt should be represent 5 and pant should represent 8 and combined effect created 13. Proportion of color. Different color can be worn as shirt and pant to create proportion of color by using the golden mean. Proportion of texture. This is achieved when various texture of material used for making a dress increase or decrease the size of a person wearing the garment. Example, heavy and bulky texture appear overpowering on a thin and petite person. Proportion of shape and positioning of motif or print in a dress are in proportion to the size of the wearer. Width of the figure, height of waist or torso, length of legs may differ from the classic ideal figure. Clothing modify the figure and create proportion in awkward body proportion in a pleasing way. For example, a high waist body is used in maternity cloth camouflages the fullness of the abdomen. Equal division make a person look shorter and wider, whereas unequal horizontal division make a person look slimmer. So next is balance. It is defined as the equaling the distribution of weight from the central point of the garment. A garment needs to be balanced both vertically from center line and horizontally from top to bottom. It can be achieved in three ways: formal, informal and radial. The element of design, line, form, color, texture all considered while creating a balance in a dress. So what is formal? An average human body is symmetrical, which means the body appears to be same on the same side of central vertical line. Two arms, two eyes, two legs are seen on either side of a central axis, but actually slight differences still occur. If the body differ noticeably on one side carefully, design cloth can be minimize the difference. Formal vertical balance is the least expensive and most expected type of design found on less expensive garments. Formal balance gives a feeling of stability, dignity, and formality, but tends to get monotonous. Horizontal balance is basically used to correct figure problem by using various elements of design, for example, dark hue or big size. Next principle is emphasis. The emphasis or focal point of the garment in is the area that first attract the viewer eye. It adds interest to the garment and may created for by the use of color, design, line, detailing or accessories. Emphasis creates center of interest by focusing the viewer's attention on a specific area of the garment. Details the focus on the face are particularly effective because the face is the focal point of the beauty in our culture. A beautiful embroidered yoke or a contrasting color blouse further emphasizes the face. People with figure problem can emphasize or camouflage their figure problem. For example, women with small waist can wear a bright and contrasting belt to emphasize the positive part of her figure, whereas a woman with large hips wearing a hip belt or other design details at the hip area would highlight it further. Emphasis can be created by using contrasting color, different unusual shapes, lines, and texture. Next is rhythm. Rhythm is the repeating of line, color, or other element of design or details to create a pattern by which the eye can flow through the material of article and garment. Rhythm can be created by use of line, shape, color, and texture in such a way that it gives visual unity. It can be created by repetition of embroidery laces, button piping, color, etc., necklines, sleeves, and hemlines. Coordination of gradual increase or decrease in size of motif, line, button, color, and texture. Radiation where eye move in an organized way from a central point, example gather in waist, yoke or cuff, etc. Parallelism where the elements lie parallel to each other, example tucks in a yoke or knife pleats in a skirt. Bands of color also create a rhythm effect in a dress. And next is harmony. Harmony or unity is created when all elements of design come together to give a pleasing harmonious effect. If it is critical factor in producing marketable design, harmony by shape is created when all areas of garment reflect the same shape. The collar, the curve, and the hem are curved, and the secure pocket are given. They would interrupt the continuity of the design. Harmony by texture can created by using the right kind of texture for a dress. When dress is several pieces, as in salwar, kurta, and dupatta, a silk kurta and salwar will show bad harmony by use of cotton dupatta. And next topic is preparing for a career. So the field of design and fabric and apparel has expanded and has become so vast that it can actually be considered as two specialization. Fabric has found uses in numerous things other than apparel and household, and apparel using material other than just fabric. Each use has specific requirement in terms of appearance and durability and the cost allocation. The fabric designer thus to have a through knowledge of fiber characteristic, its advantages and limitation, and its processing, which can help achieve the desired result. He must have sound knowledge of dyeing properties of the different fiber and fabric. Depending upon the requirement of the final product, he or she decides the stage of technique of color application. She also understands the principles of the design. So, various institutes offer both long and short term courses leading to a certificate, diploma, an associate, or a bachelor degree in this field. Your choice depends upon the number of factors that take into consideration the unique quality of each degree program. So, last is scope. Design industry is a vibrant, varied, and dynamic creative sector that plays a powerful and important role in several areas of our life. Working in textile or fabric design demands awareness of changing trends and styles and an ability to produce design that are fresh, current, or even ahead of fashion curve. Textile design for apparel fashion tend to have a quicker turn around that design or for furnishing. Textile designer work in industry researching and producing textile for textile companies or fashion houses, but they might also work for a design agency or as a freelancers. So that's all for the today. Your chapter is completed now. Thank you. Thanks. Have a good day.